No.
Welcome to Great Food. I have with me Scott Stroud from Jethro's Jambalaya and Barbecue and Jambalaya in Waukee. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Winnie.
Great. It's nice to have you. Now, when I think of, barbecue and jambalaya and your wonderful fried cheese squares and all those great things you do at Jethro's, I think yum, but I don't think healthy. But there's another side of you.
That was the best part of what we did. We had a competition down at the state fairgrounds held by the Iowa Food Soy Council and Iowa Restaurant Association, and the barbecue place won first. We
won.
Barbecue, yeah. The irony there, I love it. We use soy too.
That's terrific. So I just think it was great that you won it, and you're going to show us the winning dressing, which it sounded so good, simple, yet at the other time elevated.
Absolutely. Simplest recipe in the world. I actually learned it working at the cafe in Ames. The base of it, where I got the inspiration, because we always build on what we know. We don't, very rarely we explore and come up with gold. I mean, it happens, but not often. So all they did when tomatoes were in season, which they are right now, you use what you have. So we did a farmer's market salad with a smoked heirloom tomato vinaigrette. And putting in that tofu is going to make it just like silk, and then the olive oil and smoking it takes it to a whole other level that I did something right because I won, and it was so much fun, and everybody did a great job. So to walk away with that was a great feeling.
Well,
Absolutely.
Terrific.
So we'll get started. I mean, if you smell these are my heirloom tomatoes right out of my garden.
Oh my goodness.
About an hour in the smoker. And granted, we have giant 1,000-pound smokers at our facility. If you don't have that, you have your green eggs, you have, a grill. All you need is a pan with holes in it. You need,
oh wow,
some
you got your wood chips?
Yeah, get it smoking. We want the flavor. We're not cooking it. And if you really want to cheat, you could always use a liquid smoke, but we're chefs. We can't do that. We gotta do it right. So
good for you. That's what we like to hear.
I did these early this morning, smoked them. Great flavor, just the hickory and the oak, and the tomatoes just start falling apart. And from there, very, very simple little tomato, salt and pepper, the tofu, which is going to kind of round it out really nicely. And then just like any other dressing, it's going to have a little bit of vinegar. We went with the red wine vinegar.
Very simple. It's not like you have to drive all over town for a special vinegar.
No, because we want the tomato to come through. It should be smoke up front, tomato in the back. Okay. And that's it. There shouldn't be anything else going on with this dressing. So you got a nice little boat motor or stick blender here. It's going to be loud for a second. And we want that as smooth as it can be. And then, of course, we had to use, olive oil is a great dressing, to make dressings, but Soy Food Council, soy competition, obviously, we had to use soy, bonus points, right?
But you had to use olive oil.
So we always add that last, and that's just going to kind of bring everything together. Simplest dressing, and again, you could do this with anything. What do you have in your garden? What's available? Grill it, smoke it, puree it, a little bit of vinegar.
You could do it with red peppers or something like that.
Oh,
whatever you wanted, exactly. I like your industrial strength KitchenAid, but obviously, if you just have a regular stick blender at home, you could probably do just fine.
Yeah, I love these. These are great at home in the kitchen, but obviously, in the restaurant, we have giant ones that could actually propel a boat while they're going boat motors. So that's it. I mean, I think some people, it's so easy to just buy the dressing at home. And what did that take us? About 30 seconds, a minute there. So I love it. The flavor on that's going to come through is just going to be amazing.
Absolutely. And we're going to put that recipe up on our Facebook on Facebook at the KCWI Great Day Facebook page. So look for it because you can make this at home, and it's lovely. So now, what do you put in the salad?
So simple. And this was really where the inspiration came from. So we figured out. Middle of summer, farmer's market, you're walking down the street, it's Iron Chef, what are we going to make for this competition? And my first choice for greens was arugula, Larry Cleverly. He's been there for years, his farm's in trouble with the DOT. You got to support your people that have supported you in your restaurant for years.
There you go.
It seems right. So
we all love Larry.
Nice mustardy, peppery green with a little bit of bite on it is going to go very, very nicely with everything else here. The second ingredient we were talking about a little bit earlier, the tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes. I actually grew these, and And I owe all the credit to Jenny Smith at Butcher Creek. She does an amazing job. She's at the farmer's market, I believe, like every other week. But I just finally bought the plants from her, and I did nothing. And I have hundreds of tomatoes. I never thought I'd give them away, and I'm actually giving them away. So that's interesting. I mean, they're beautiful, all different kind of shapes and sizes and flavors, and they're really just going to make that salad pop and just look so fresh.
Right.
And
Jenny Smith and her Butcher Creek heirloom tomatoes have really, she's just one of our great local growers. It's great to have her.
Oh yeah, and I worked with her for years at restaurants, so to make that transition from server to farmer is not an easy one. So she does an excellent job. So I absolutely love these tomatoes and use them in everything I can. Like, it's almost getting to the point where I'm sick of them, which I didn't think you could be, but here we are. So that's the tomatoes. After that, cucumbers. A lot of cucumbers now, and I just like to slice them really nice and thin. I think it's a good texture, good flavor.
Don't have to peel them.
Right. That skin, it just, I love it. It's got a nice little crunch to it. So that's going in there. And then again, trying to win that soy competition, we went above and beyond. We went the extra mile and actually made little croutons out of firm tofu. And I just fried them up really crispy, and that was it. I mean, when you look at them at first glance, I mean, it looks like little croutons made out of bread, but it's most definitely soy.
Oh, yum.
Very crunchy.
Yeah. Crunchy.
Nice flavor on those. Two other things. Iowa sweet corn. Do I need to say anything else? I mean, that's pretty straightforward. The one thing I wanted to show and actually demo here, I used to stay up super late and watch the old Iron Chef Japan, the poorly dubbed version at 2 in the morning. These are my younger days. I can't do that anymore. And before that was always Emerald, and I hated getting through Emerald. I thought he was terrible, and now I really like him. I really appreciate him. He always takes care of his people. But there was one night he was cutting corn, and if anyone's ever cut corn at home, it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a mess. So when you're in the kitchen doing hundreds of them, you obviously want to get around this. What do? He put a towel down. It was the stupidest, simplest thing I've ever seen in my life, but it doesn't go anywhere. I mean, normally if I was cutting this would be all over the set, and everybody would be mad at me, like, who's cleaning that up later? But it just stops it. And I thought it was the greatest thing. I mean, what else are you going to learn? It was like an infomercial from Emerald at 1 in the morning. And
that is great, though. And if you were doing that on a cutting board, you'd have to, like, scrape it all up. But now it looks like you could just take the towel
and
right over.
So simple. We save this in restaurants, make stocks and sauces with it. But I actually like to do it raw because this time of year, this corn is so sweet. I mean, you could grill it. You could do, anything you want with it. But let's just keep it simple. I think that's why this dressing won this contest, is because it was the simplest thing in the world, and people like simple, especially when they're cooking at home, and as we do in the restaurants usually.
That's right.
So we're going to get going on this and really start to put it together now.
Well, while you're doing that, just what's new? Anything new out at Jethro's?
Well,
Jethro's Barbecue and Jambalaya?
There's several new things we have going on. We're always moving forward. They're at about a restaurant a year now. So they already have their sights on the next property, Altoona, Jethro's Pizza and Pasta.
Wow. With no barbecue, but just pizza and pasta?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
As of now.
Great.
Things can change, obviously, opening a restaurant. You never know what's going to happen. So that's kind of in the forefront of everyone's mind right now. And then just the day-to-day, the barbecue, the consistency to be at the size this company is. We're busy. And we love it. We like to stay busy. Lots of caterings, big events around town. I love it. It's a great company to work for, and a restaurant I enjoy going to on my day off. There's something for everybody, and I think this salad kind of proves it, that we can do things other than just smoked meat. Right. There's a whole other side of us. We try different specials from time to time, and we run a great happy hour, and I really like getting out there and doing these events and seeing what can come from it.
Well, I think everybody likes Jethro's, whether it's the pork chop place, the jambalaya place, the barbecue, bacon.
That's the fun part. They all have a different little theme. I always say 90% of the Jethro's are the same, and that 10% that really makes it unique and special is what's going to get you out there and bring you back again and again, and get you to explore the ones that aren't necessarily in your neighborhood.
It's a clever marketing idea to have a different themes to different ones, because then I will drive to Altoona.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I live on the south side, and I'll drive to Altoona for a smoked steak. I'll go to Johnson for a pork chop. So last but not least, going in the salad, La Quercia prosciutto. I mean, how could we not? If we're talking local ingredients, oh, I'm sorry, there is actually one more ingredient after this, but prosciutto, we love it, that salty flavor. To meet Herb and his wife and tour the facility, it's amazing.
Right.
Like it was the Toys R Us of cured meat. You walk in, I want to try everything, and there's just never enough time.
And they really are phenomenal, and they've done us so proud. We had him here on Great Day a while back.
Did you?
And just love to hear him talk about cured meats.
Oh, yeah.
He does Iowa proud.
The Harvard degree, I mean, it's a science. They put so much time and energy into it. It's amazing. Last ingredient.
Great. Little cheese. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations
Thank you so
on
much.
winning
Thanks for
this
having me.
competition. I can see why you won. It's absolutely beautiful.